Good morning students. In the last video I explained about the internal structure of anther and the internal structure of pollen grain. Now in this video I am going to explain the process of microgametogenesis, or you can say the development of pollen grain or male gametophyte, because pollen grain also known as the male gametophyte. So in the previous video internal structure of anther, internal structure of pollen grain. The pollen grain having two layers. The outer layer is known as exine, made up of the most resistant substance in nature known as sporopollenin, and the inner layer is known as entyme, made up of tetrocellulose. Each mature pollen grain contains a nucleus and vacuole. Okay. During the development of male gametes, first of all, the cytoplasm of the mature pollen grain divides unequally and it forms two types of cells. Okay, the larger cell is known as vegetative cell. Vegetative cell, also known as tube cell. Okay, listen carefully. First of all, the cytoplasm of the mature pollen grain divides unequally and form two types of cells. First, karyokinesis, two nucleus produced, and then cytoplasm divides unequally. So it forms two types of cells. The larger and smaller. Why two types of cells are produced? Not equal size, because cytoplasm in this process divides unequally. So two types of cells are produced. The larger cell is known as tube cell or vegetative cell. The smaller cell is known as generative cell. Generative cell. Okay. When further process takes place, this generative cell become spindle cell. Generative cell become spindle cell due to dissolution of cell wall. Okay, and this is the vegetative cell. Vegetative cell remain as such. Vegetative cell also known as tube cell. Okay, so first of all, the cytoplasm of the mature pollen grain divides unequally to form two types of cells. The larger cell is known as vegetative cell or tube cell, and the inner cell is smaller cell is known as generative cell. Okay, when further process takes place, then the cell wall of the generative cell dissolves and it becomes spindle cell, and it floats in the cytoplasm of the pollen grain, and vegetative cell remain as such. Later on, vegetative cell still remain as such, but generative cell further divides by meiosis division and form two male gametes. These are two male gametes that take part in the process of double fertilization. I will explain in the next video. Okay. So first of all, the cytoplasm of the mature pollen grain divides unequally to form two types of cells. Larger cell is known as vegetative cell or tube cell. The smaller cell is known as generative cell. Okay. Then cell wall of the generative cell dissolves. It converted into spindle shaped cell. Okay. Spindle shaped, again this is the generative cell. Vegetative cell remain as such. Later on, this generative cell further undergoes meiosis division and form two male gametes, and vegetative cell remain as such. At last, a tube-like structure emerges out due to elongation of the plasma membrane of enzyme, and this tube-like structure emerges through the pore. That pore is known as germ pore. So this is the pollen tube. It was first discovered by G.B. Amici in the plant Lilium Antifilaria. Who discovered first pollen tube in case of flowering plant? The answer will be G.B. Amici, the name of the scientist that discovered pollen tube in case of flowering plants. And the name of the plant is Lilium Antifilaria. Okay. So how pollen tube produced? Due to elongation of the plasma membrane of the enzyme, a tube-like structure emerged out through the germ pore known as pollen tube. Through transfer, it is these two male gametes produced by the division of the generative cell. Later on, these vegetative cell degenerates or last. It becomes functionless and finally last. So this process is known as microgametogenesis. Once again, try to remind. First of all, the cytoplasm of the mature pollen grain divides unequally. It forms two types of cells. Larger cell is known as vegetative cell or tube cell. Smaller cell is known as generative cell. Okay. Later on, the cytoplasm of the generative cell dissolves. It becomes spindle shaped. Vegetative cell remain as such. Okay. Finally, this generative cell undergoes mitosis division. It gives rise to the two male gametes, applied male gametes. Okay. Vegetative cell remain as such. Finally, due to elongation of the plasma membrane of the intestine, a tube-like structure emerged out through the germ pore known as pollen tube. Pollen tube. It was first discovered by G.B. Amici in the plant Lilium and Fritillaria. Okay. So this is all about microgametogenesis. Why the process is known as microgametogenesis? Because in this process the male gametes are produced from microspores, so the process is known as microgametogenesis. One question: how you can differentiate between microsporogenesis and microgametogenesis? So in the previous video I explained about microsporogenesis, the process of development of microspores from microspore mother cell after meiosis division is known as microsporogenesis. It takes place inside the pollen sac of microsporangium. What is microgametogenesis? The process of formation of male gametes. Microgametogenesis, the process of development of male gametes from the pollen grain, is known as microgametogenesis. So this is all about microgametogenesis. Now next topic I am going to explain the female reproductive part of the flower, that is gynoecium. Okay. Now see gynoecium. How many parts of a typical flower? There are 4 parts: sepals, petals, stamen and carpel. Both sepals and petals, known as accessory part, are non-reproductive part of the flower, whereas stamens and carpels known as reproductive part of the flower. Now see detail about gynoecium. Gynoecium. Okay. Each gynoecium consists of a basic unit. The unit is known as carpellar stem. Carpellar stem. You know well in the previous video how many parts of a carpel? There are 3 parts. Uppermost is stigma, middle one is style, lowermost is ovary. Okay. Function have different. Stigma help to receive pollen grain for the fertilization. Style provides root to the transfer of male gametes into the ovule and also help to connect stigma to the ovary. Okay. And ovary converts into fruit after fertilization. So this is all about functions. Now see, each gynoecium consists of the basic units known as carpels or pistil. Each carpel having 3 parts: stigma, style and ovary. Okay. On the basis of number of carpels, gynoecium can be classified into 2 types. First one is known as monocarpellary gynoecium. Mono means 1. Monocarpellary gynoecium. Gynoecium. Second one is known as multicarpellary gynoecium. Multicarpellary gynoecium, which can be further classified. So multicarpellary can be classified further, but monocarpellary cannot classify because there is no any type of monocarpellary gynoecium. Multicarpellary is further classified into 2 types. First one is known as echocarpus. Echocarpus. Second one is known as syncarpus. Syncarpus. So try to understand each of these. First of all, what is gynoecium? Gynoecium represents the female reproductive part of the flower. Each gynoecium consists of the basic units known as carpel or pistil. Each carpel having 3 parts: stigma, style and ovary. Already explained. Now see, what is monocarpellary gynoecium? the Gynecium which consists of single carpels. Suppose that when the Gynecium contains only single carpel, such a Gynecium is known as monocarpellary Gynecium. This is monocarpellary because number of carpels are only one. This is monocarpellary Gynecium. You know, this part is known as stigma, middle part is known as style, and the lowermost part is known as ovary. Okay? So when what is monocarpellary Gynecium? The Gynecium, when the Gynecium contains only single carpel or pistil, such a Gynecium is known as monocarpellary Gynecium. What is multi? Multi means many. When the Gynecium contains two or more carpels, such a Gynecium is known as multicarpellary Gynecium. Listen, when the number of carpels are 2, it is known as bicarpellary. When the number of carpels are 2, it is known as bicarpellary Gynecium. When the number of carpels are 3, it is known as tricarpellary Gynecium. When the number of carpels are 4, it is known as tetracarpellary Gynecium. When the number of carpels are 5, pentacarpellary, and so on. Okay? So when the number of carpels, when the Gynecium consists of 2 or more carpels, such a Gynecium is known as multicarpellary Gynecium. It can further classify into 2 types: apocarpal and safe carpel. Now see what is apocarpal. When all the carpels, suppose that there are number of carpels are 3. This is the single Gynecium that contains 3 carpels. This is the thalamus. You know the solid portion of the flower. When all the carpels are free, not fused from each other, such a Gynecium is known as, when the Gynecium consists of 2 or more carpels, here I have drawn 3 carpels. That means tricarpel. When all the carpels in the Gynecium free, not fused, such a Gynecium is known as apocarpous Gynecium. This is tricarpellary apocarpal because number of carpels are 3, so it is known as tricarpellary, and apocarpal because all the carpels are free from each other. Now see syncarpus. Suppose that I have drawn here syncarpus Gynecium. Apocarpus found in Mycelia, syncarpus found in papaver. It is given in NCERT book. Okay. So what is syncarpus? When the Gynecium consists of 2 or more carpels and each carpels are fused, such a Gynecium is known as syncarpus Gynecium. This is an example of bicarpellary because number of carpels are only 2, so it is bicarpellary syncarpus Gynecium. Okay, see here both carpels are fused, so it is known as syncarpus. In this case, all the carpels are free, it is known as apocarpus. So this is all about types of Gynecium in case of flowering plants. Once again, what do you mean by monocarpellary Gynecium? When the Gynecium consists of only single carpel, such a Gynecium is known as monocarpellary Gynecium. And what do you mean by multicarpellary Gynecium? When the Gynecium consists of 2 or more carpels, known as multicarpellary Gynecium. Multicarpellary is further classified into 2 types. First one is known as apocarpus, second one is known as syncarpus. When all the carpels in the Gynecium free from each other, not fused, such a Gynecium is known as apocarpus. Apocarpus found in Mycelia plant, it is given in NCERT book, and syncarpus found in papaver somniferum, normally known as Afim plant. So this is all about types of Gynecium. In the next video I will explain the structure of ovule or megasporangium. Thank you.